day as a second century warlord. I have mum and dad branches to their horses' tails to stir up dust and make it look like there's a lot of us, but I forget it just rains, so there isn't any dust, and the enemy can't clearly see there's like 20 of us all spread out in a line. Second day as a second century warlord. I bribe a bunch of kids to start singing the nursery rhyme I carefully crafted to spread misinformation and further my strategic ends, but they change the lyrics to be about poop, and the enemy isn't misdirected at all. Third day is a second century warlord. I lure my enemy into a narrow valley and sent a team of archers to shoot them from the high ground, but there was a feral hog napping on the trail up to the overlook, and they couldn't decide whether to try and shoot it or just go around. And by the time the hog woke up and left on its own, the enemy had already passed safely below. Fourth day is a second century warlord. We left to join a battle on the side of the guy we want to out with Putty, and the guy he's fighting have really similar names, and it's finally Dusty, and I must read the standards and attack the wrong guy. So now we're stuck with this total loser of a liege lord, because how the fuck do you explain that after a battle? Fifth day is a second century warlord, and some sort of wizard wanders in the camp. My loser liege lord wants to execute him for being a wizard, but I convince him to let the wizard stay, because I want to do more with the base strategies, and I'm pretty sure having a camp wizard can help with that. After the welcome to the team banquet, the wizard steals half the treasury, and my liege lord's wife and leaves. Sixth day is the second century warlord. My loser liege lord sends me to reinforce the city he's taken, but in the confusion of leaving, I forgot to take the token that would have gotten us into the city. So my men have to wait outside the city walls for like 8 hours while I ride back to get it. 7th day is the second century warlord, and my loser liege lord finally joins me in the city. It turns out he's actually a pretty cool guy. He isn't even that mad at me for letting the wizard steal his wife. I decide to shoot my shot, but I'm really nervous and keep on stalling, because what if I mess up our relationship and by extension jeopardize the security of my man? And eventually he just says goodnight and goes back to his room, where an assassin is in the process of setting up to kill him. Today is the second century warlord, and my loser liege lord tells me to fake defect to his rival warlord, the one I originally wanted to ally with, to find out if he was the one who sent an assassin in while. But my whole way over to the rival warlord, I'm worried that this has something to do with the wizard thing or how awkward I made it last night. 9th day is the second century warlord. I tried to tactfully ask my fake liege lord if he sent assassin to kill my loser liege lord, and it turns out the idea of using assassin never occurred to him. But now that I've suggested it, he's really into it. In order to save my loser liege lord, I volunteered to be the one to kill him. 10th day is the second century warlord. On my way back to my loser liege lord city, I realize I won't be able to call like my men from my fake liege lord until I bring back my loser liege lord's head. This would have been a great thing to think of before I got myself in this situation. I go back to my loser liege lord and ask him to rescue my man, and he tells me that if he could sack my fake liege lord's camp, he already would have. It doesn't change the fact that my men are still trapped and prisoners. Even I go back to my room to solve. 11th day is the second century warlord. I found a little cage pigeon in the rafters of my loser liege lord's room and deduced it belonged to that assassin. Without asking permission or telling my loser liege lord goodbye, I let the pigeon loose and follow ignored. Don't ask what I was doing in my loser liege lord's room, it's not important. 12th day is the second century warlord. I disguised myself as a wizard and named in the camp of the coalition leader the pigeon let me do. In the middle of my little sleight of hand performance, I make a contact with the coalition leader second in command. It's the wizard that stole my loser liege lord's wife. After the banquet, I call to the fake wizard and ask him what the fuck is going on, and he just says, wouldn't you like to know it leaves? I don't know what to say to that, so I just let him go. 13th day is the second century warlord. I'm honestly so sick of not knowing what's going on, so I adjust my wizard costume to passively disguise myself as a woman and break into the women's area of the camp, where sure enough my loser liege lord's wife is. I heard what she's doing here, and she tells me the fake wizard overheard her singing the poem she overheard on the street, not knowing it contains the coalition leader's formation's weaknesses. The fake wizard kidnapped her and assigned an assassin to kill her husband before they figured out the poem's significance. She shares the first couplet with me, but I'm discovered and thrown out before she can share it anymore. She doesn't need to. Through a bizarre coincidence of homophones, it's the proof version of my misinformation nursery rhyme. 40th day is the second century warlord. I go back to my loser liege lord and tell him everything, urging him to join with my fake liege lord to attack the coalition leader according to the weaknesses in the nursery rhyme. He tells me frankly that he doesn't trust me anymore. I ask him to execute me if that's really true, because I can't bear the life if I can't protect him, and I can't protect my man. He agrees to attack the coalition leader. 15th day is the second century warlord. Due to the information in the nursery rhyme, thanks to my loser liege lord reminding me of the weather conditions multiple times while planning out battle strategy, our alliance carries the day. My loser liege lord gets his wife back. My men tell me that our fake liege lord actually treated him really well, and they'd like to stay with him if I don't mind. I do mind. time. Now that neither the men I love nor the man I love have any use for me, but I don't tell them that. 16 days of Second Century Warlord, I'm preparing to leave though I don't know where. Maybe to try to become a wizard for real. When my loser leads lord stops me and asks me where I'm going, he says he had hoped I would continue to work as his advisor. I was unaware I was his advisor in the first place. I agree, and he tells me he's truly honored to have me in his service at last. He has known I am a rare and talented man with a strategic intelligence far above his ever since the day he witnessed me tying branches to my horse's tails in 6 inches of mud. Could not for the life of him figure out why